little while here, guys. Let's go find Goosies. Let's find the rest of the gaggle. For some reason, my gaggle split up, and I need to go check why. Look how much water there is. So Texas is getting hit by a big old storm. Since we're in the northern Texas area, we're getting hit by like at least a week's worth of rain, like non-stop. Look at this. Y'all see that water flowing? It's coming from further up and all going down to the pond. Like all the water is going into the pond. So that leaves the question, how full is this pond going to be? It's still raining, guys. Like, it's currently raining. It's not raining hard right now. But it is raining. And I'm walking them back there to join the rest of the gaggle that's down by the pond. Pretty Bird was at the pond with Charlie. But Blue and Layla were up here, and I caught it on camera, him running back, yelling up a storm, so excited to see Layla. He did like a split-second stop, like, hey, Mom, and then went right past me so he could go find Layla. I'm trying to avoid these massive puddles because I do not have waterproof shoes. I need rain boots, y'all. I need some waterproof shoes. That's what I need. Oh, man. Hi, babies! Hi, babies! Gaggle's gonna get reunited. My feet are wet and cold. My right foot has not yet gotten wet. My left one is super wet. What are you doing, Charlie? Charlie? Charlie! You're losing the gaggle. You're Pretty Bird waiting like a good boy. Let's see. How do I make it through this without getting my feet soaked? I don't think I have a path. I'm so screwed. No! Ha! I somewhat made it. Hi, babies! Hi, babies! Look at that! The pond is getting even more full. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. Hi. Hi, babies. Hi, Dino. Hi, babies. Look at that. That pond is all the way full. I wonder how much it's going to flood the rest of this area throughout the week. Like for the remainder of the week, since it's going to be raining nonstop. Hi, Layla, Layla, Layla. The babies are having a blast in this rain. The geese love it. They're just absolutely loving it. Huh, Pretty Bird? Huh, Pretty Bird? Yes, big boy. Yes. Hi, Pretty Bird. You loving it? Are you loving the rain? Are you loving the rain? Yeah. Are you loving it? So for anybody who's not familiar with our channel, yes, these are all my animals. Okay? No, these are not wild Canada geese. I know you guys have seen them at your local ponds, at your local lakes, at your local rivers. I know y'all have probably, some of y'all have even been chased by some of these guys during mating season, some around spring. Some of you guys have seen them with their babies that are absolutely adorable, cute little fluffy butts. But these guys right here are actually from legal breeders that do exist in the U.S. It is not true. Like if you Google, can I own a Canada goose illegally in the U.S., it will say no. Okay? This is not a widely known fact. You can, though, if you get them from a legal breeder and you have the proper permitting and documentation to prove that you got a legal breeder. So there are ways around this. So, and I'm telling y'all this because I don't want you guys to think that it's okay to, one, go up to wild Canada geese because they may or may not be friendly. And two, I want you guys to know that it's absolutely illegal, 100% illegal, a federal offense to take a wild Canada goose from the wild and keep it as your own. Okay, so keep in mind, these animals are not wild. These are from a domesticated bloodline that I have purchased from a legal breeder. A legal breeder has to have all the permitting and all the legal documentation to prove that they're legally breeding them and legally selling them. It's actually separate permits to legally own and legally breed. I only am an owner. I am not a seller. Okay, so I do not breed Canada geese for the purpose of selling them. I am basically, you would compare me more to a collector rather than like a breeder. Like for me, it's about the fact that I love these geese. These are my favorite animals. I love owning them, and therefore I own them because I found a way to make it possible. But yeah, just if you guys do ever find an injured Canada goose or an orphan gosling or anything like that in the wild, hi babies. It's really important that you guys reach out to a wildlife rehabilitator or a wildlife waterfowl sanctuary and turn them in. It is not illegal to, like, say, for an example, take them home so that you can get them to a sanctuary or a rehabber. Okay, it's basically called something like bed and breakfast. Like there's like a law for that where like you can't get in trouble for just transporting them for them to get help, but you can get in trouble for taking them without the intent or without the proof that you're reaching out to someone. And usually there's somebody in most states, in most counties, there's somebody that is legally allowed to take care of these guys. The reason why you see mine being tame actually has to do with the fact that I have hand raised the majority of my geese. Squirt is not with us right now. My little itty bitty cackling, she stayed back at the house today. I'm gonna go ahead and walk around to the other side. But my little cackling is not with us right now. A cackling is, Jesus, look how deep these puddles are. Grr. But a cackling is basically, well, it's not basically, it is a subspecies of the Canada goose. And the one that I have specifically is the cackling minima. Again, another animal that you can own with the proper permitting. You obviously, if you want to own Canada geese, it's very important to know what you're getting yourself into. One, you have no guarantee of these animals being tame, okay? They are much closer related to their wild counterparts. They've not been domesticated for that long. So, so their instincts are much stronger, and that's an important factor to keep in mind. Also, these animals, they imprint for life. So if y'all are raising a baby, that baby's gonna remember you guys for like ever. Hi, Ollie. I am in Texas. But I'm not from Texas, but I live in Texas. But yeah, it's important to keep that in mind, that you can't just take them from the wild. You can't own them without having the proper documentation. And if you are raising up geese in general, but especially if you're raising up a bird like a Canada goose, which has much stronger instincts when it comes to their imprinting, their mating behaviors and such. Like Pretty Bird, for an example, right here, the one with the large cheek patch that's right here underneath this stick, this branch, this broken down branch. This boy right here, he's my oldest. He's the first one I ever had, and he's a hybrid. So he's actually a mix between one of these a Canada goose and a domestic goose. Oh, thank you. Hi, back from Texas. But yeah, Pretty Bird is a mix between a wild not a wild Canada goose, but like one of these wild birds. Well, not technically wild, but more related to the wild side. And then a domestic goose, meaning that they've been domesticated for hundreds, if not thousands of years, by humans, and their appearance and their purpose and their instincts have been manipulated through breeding over that time frame to optimize them for either down, meat, egg production, temperament. There's different things that different breeds are raised for or bred for. And with the Canada geese, or with most exotic animals, you got to keep in mind that when you raise them up, their instincts, their wild side instincts are going to be a whole lot stronger. So when they get around mating season, the males, they're going to get very territorial. Like Pretty Bird, he gets really territorial around this time of the year. He's much more likely to attack me, even though he doesn't attack me with the full force that he would any other stranger that comes to our property. He still is going to have an attitude with me around breeding season. And that's not because he's evil. That's just because he's a gander, and that's his job. This is a gander, a domestic gander. Right now what he's doing is he's trying to be tough. See? He's trying to be tough. He's thinking about challenging me. But he's a youngster. He'll only be a year old here in a couple of months. He's still a baby, basically, and he thinks he's tough. Hi, Peach. Come here, Peaches. Hi, Peaches. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Layla. Hi, babes. I'm sorry I didn't bring any food. I don't really show my face. Sorry. I rarely show my face. Because it's not about me, it's about the birds. That's the thing, is on my channel, you're going to mostly see the birds. Rarely ever see my face. That's just how it is, because I record these videos to show my animals, to teach about geese, to teach about chickens, to teach about ducks, to mostly the main reason is that I'm trying to share, the cuteness that is Canada geese, to show their personalities, show how they are amazing animals, and also teach people that these are not mindless, aggressive animals that are just going to attack everyone, that they're fully capable of, that these are family-oriented animals that have really good reason for behaving the way that they do. Hi, duck hunter. Good for you. I have no problem with hunters. I hope you're an honorable hunter. That's all I got to say. As long as you're not a poacher or, a trophy hunter, which is kind of the same thing, I have no issues with hunters. We need hunters. Peach. Peaches, that's not your land. Come on, Layla. Come on, Layla. Layla. Come on. Come on. Come on, Layla. Come on, Layla. Let's go. Come on. Mine are cayugas. I have 3 of them. We just raised them up. I think I've got 3 cayugas. They're mixes, I think. One of them I think is a mix. I'm not 100% sure. I got them from a friend. We hatched them out. It was supposed to be that I hatched them out for her son, but then they had some stuff come up and they ended up asking me to keep them. So I kept them. Why not? Why not add 3 ducks? What's the difference? But they're still young. They're juveniles. So since it's cold out right now and it's raining and all that stuff, and they're still pretty young and still learning about how to cover their feathers and oils to protect themselves, come on, babies, come on. I am keeping them inside of an enclosure right now to keep them safe. Come on, babies. Brady bird. Layla. Come on, babies. Layla. Good night, Ollie. Anyway, duck hunter. Yeah, like I said, no problem with hunters. I believe hunters are 100% necessary. We need them. We need y'all. Just because I'm not going to be comfortable putting down a goose unless I absolutely have to, doesn't mean I have a problem with somebody else doing it. My neighbor's a hunter. He hunts ducks and geese and deer and whatever. And he's a good guy. Us humans, we've removed a lot of their natural predators. So since that natural predation is not happening the way it should, which keeps the numbers under control, we need to replace those predators through hunters, basically. Y'all are, in a way, the way that I see hunters is the replacement of the wolves and the mountain lions and everything else that we have taken out of our nature in the U.S. So, but yeah, the 3 little duckies we got, they're a little shy. I didn't really focus on taming them down much because I wasn't really expecting to keep them all. So, but I'm working on that now. As you guys can see, my geese generally will come if I call them and will hang out with me and follow me around and stay within a certain vicinity of me and things like that. And they go out on their own too and do their own thing. Just if I'm hanging out with them, calling them over, they tend to come most of the time. A lot of these geese are less than a year old, so, and since I hand raised them, they kind of see me as their mama, you know. And Pretty Bird, he'll be 5 in April. My hybrid gander right here, my hybrid Canada goose, he'll be 5 in April, and he is, I hatched him. And I hand raised him, and I have the closest relationship I have with him. And he knows his name. He actually knows certain words. Yeah, he was a pet goose for the longest time. It's not that they're not my pets anymore. It's just he was like a pet goose in the sense where he was an only goose or only gander. And I a couple years ago was finally able to get him some friends and make sure that he had his own gaggle to hang out with. And most of my fascination lies with hybrids. Canada geese are my favorites, but I have a deep fascination for hybrids. I find them very interesting. I also find it fascinating that we don't seem to know a lot about them. A lot of people believe that hybrids are not fertile. A lot of people disagree on whether or not males or females are the ones who are not fertile, who are unable to reproduce. So I've been thinking about basically coming up with a theory and seeing if I can prove or disprove it, and see if I can establish whether or not hybrids that are created through 2 different genuses are potentially able to still produce offspring. But we'll see how that goes. We're also raising a livestock guardian dog on our property right now. Obi is about 6 months old, so he's still in training. He's currently put up. Still working on him. Yes, I know. I need to go get you guys some food and bring it back here. I know, Pretty Bird. I know. What you doing, Bubba's? Come here. Come here. Come here. Hi, baby. Yes. Yes, baby. Yeah, hi. Okay. Seriously though, just on a side note, y'all tell me, which one's louder? The domestic goose? Huh? Peach. Peaches. Hi, Peaches. Or the Canada geese? Just saying. Everybody always says Canada geese are so loud. But even my neighbors will agree. It's the domestic geese. And y'all, I used to have African geese. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. This is actually the offspring from my African ganders. These 2 right here. Peach and Dino. Layla, she's an American buff. She is their mother. And then I used to have 2 African ganders. And they bred with Layla, producing these American buff African production mixes. And we kept 2 of them. And we ended up rehoming the African ganders because, see, they had this strange habit of when they would get in a fight with Pretty Bird, right here, with my main gander, my oldest, they would always fight together. So, like, they had this habit of teaming up and being very codependent on each other. Like, they were bonded so closely that not only did they share one female, but they also shared the responsibility of beating up a gander together. So there was no fair fighting, and they nearly killed Pretty Bird at one point. They hurt him pretty good, and at that point it was enough I couldn't. That was an alert sound because there is a avian predator. You guys do know that the water ain't gonna save you from an avian predator, right? And those look like some duckies flying overhead. What, pretty bird? Are you being a wuss? At most, that was a hawk. That wasn't even an eagle. I mean, if it had been a golden eagle, I would understand. But geez, man. Man, it's like this light rain. I don't even know how to describe it. You can barely see it. It's just like this blanket of very, very small drops of rain. But it's a lot of it. Look. And it's annoying. You guys want to come home with Mama and go get some num-nums? Come on, Pip-Art, let's go. Come on. Let's go get some num-nums. Come on, Pip-Art, come on. Come on. Let's go get some num-nums. Come on, babies. Let's see if they'll walk with us. If they don't, I'll finish the live. If they do, I'll take you guys with me and feed them up by the house and let you guys see my little cackling. Darn it. I'm not going to be able to avoid the water, am I? Come on, babies. Come on. Pip-Art, let's go. Come on. Let's go get num-nums. Come on, babies. Come on. Come on, babies. Well, let's go. Pretty. Come on. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Oh, look, I found the bridge. Y'all, I'm in like some old broken sneakers. Look at that. You see how it's like, yeah, these are not waterproof at all. They used to be pretty decent, but when your feet and when your shoes constantly get wet from hanging out with waterfowl, I mean, if there's something I'd make people aware of before getting waterfowl, it's make sure you got some waterproof shoes. Because you're going to be throwing away a lot of sneakers if you don't. Because your feet, like your shoes they just break. It's just too much water all the time. Come on, babies. Pip-Art. You want some num-nums? Notice how he perks up. Come on, let's go get some num-nums. Come on. Yes, let's go get some num-nums. Come on. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. Let's go get num-nums. Come on, bees. Come get some num-nums, Pip-Art. Come on. Come on, babies. Are you coming? You guys are being slow little lazy butts. What are you doing, Pip-Art? And what are you doing, Charlie? Charlie. All right, I'm going to say they don't want to come right now. I'm going to go ahead and walk back over there. Maybe I'll stay on live until we get to Squirt so I can let y'all see our little cackling today. She's got her new future mate that is going to be arriving here within the next couple of days, most likely. Everything goes as planned. She is a cackling minima. So she's an itty bitty. She's the smallest one of the Canada subspecies. Come on, babies. Pip-Art. You want some num-nums? Come on. Nope. Anyways, so as I said earlier, most of the time they follow, but not always. They're getting older. They're getting more independent. So they're not always going to follow just because I'm calling them. But here's the thing. Squirt most likely is going to want to follow to come back here. So I might actually have to walk all the way back again. Walk a couple of acres to get them reunited. Because she is being a stubborn little butt. And sometimes she doesn't want to go all the way back there right away when the rest of the gaggle goes. But then at some point during the day, she starts yelling at me to walk her back. And I think the reason she does this is because she's realized that, one, I do it, and two, she's safer if she has me with her, because we do have a good amount of avian predators around here. We actually did get a decent, and I realized this recently, identified the predators that we have circling us often. Turns out, pretty sure, they're golden eagles. Like, I've done some research on it, and I'm pretty sure those are golden eagles. Hey, Simba. Hi, baby. Hi, Turtle VR. Simba, you're all wet from the rain. Look at you. You are such a farm cat. Come on, Kiki. Hey, Simba, you coming? You gonna come hang out? Let's go find Squirt, huh? Come on. Let's go find Squirt. Come on, Simba. You go find Squirt with me, huh? See, if Obi would know how to behave yet, maybe I'd let him out. But I am not about to wrangle the puppy while I try to hold me phone, while I try to walk a goose who's still scared of him. So nope. And that wind blew that thing around. I'm gonna have to move that. Huh, Simba? Come on. Let's go find Squirt. Come on, Squirt! Alright, let's see. Let's find Squirt. Where's she at? Squirt! Come on, Squirt! 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 Oh, sorry. Come on, Squirt! Where you at, little butt? She's tiny. She is so tiny, it can be very hard to spot her. Come here, Squirt! There you are, Squirt. Hi, babies. Come on, Squirt. Let's go join the gaggle, girl. Here you go, guys. Look. There's a Squirt. She's an itty-bitty tiny goose. She's a cackling. She is an adult. She's about 2.5 years old. She's the cutest little girl with an attitude. Let's go, Squirt. Come on. Let's go. Simba, you look a mess. Let's go, Squirt. Let's go, girl. Your gaggle's waiting for you. You gotta go grab a little bit of food. Grab a scoop of grain. Obi, Ouse. You gonna get some water first? Because there isn't enough water all around. I give up. I'm gonna go grab the food first. Alrighty, I'm gonna stay online for a little bit longer to walk that little door to the back. Let y'all go with me. And then that's gonna be it. The chickens have been hanging out on the porch today because it's been raining up a storm. We usually don't have our chickens on the porch, but I'm definitely gonna have a lot to clean off. And I'm gonna real quick grab some feed for the geese in the back. 1 second. Just a little snack. Excuse the boxes. That's stuff I need to break down. Get a sip of water. I'm gonna walk Squirt back.
You already walked right there.
Yeah. And she didn't follow. I think because Blue was with us And she probably thought it was Charlie who likes to pick on her. Come on, Squirt, let's go. Hi, honey. Why don't you get out of the rain? You are such a weirdo. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. You're all that. Yep. Come on, Squirt, let's go. Come on, girl, let's go. Do you want some food? And she's just so cute. Look how tiny she is. She's so itty bitty. And she's not a baby. This girl is a full-blown adult. She's just a tiny bit bigger than our juvenile ducklings right now, and our duckies will be bigger than her when they're grown. All right, Squirt, let's go. Come on. Squirt, let's go. This is what happens when your geese are not scared of you. They won't move. Let's go. Oh, move it. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Go on, let's go. Let's go, Squirt. Come on, let's go. Let's go, girl. Come on. Come on. Wanna go see Pretty Bird? Let's go, Squirt. Come on. Let's go see Pretty Bird. Let's go, girl. Come on. She'll hurry up in a minute. Let's go, Squirt. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Obi, ouse. No, you wait. I'll let you out when I get back. Let's go. Oh man, the rain is messing with my phone. 1 second. Oh no, Obi is so picked on. Let's go, girl. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Go on. Let's go, Squirt. Come on, let's go. Nope, nope, nope. You don't wanna? Okay, fine. Here. Here, Squirt. Come on, here. Here you go. Here. Have the food then. I'll bring it to them without you then. Now you don't want it anymore? See, I told you guys, she's a moody little stubborn butt. All right, fine. Bye, Squirt. Bye, Squirt. I'm gonna go bring this to the other guys. See, she's just walking over. That girl don't care. Lord. Let's see. You guys want to see the duckies? I got the duckies in here right now. Why is my stream messing up? Sorry. I don't know if y'all know or not. The goop is a mess. I need to clean it. There we are. We're back. Sorry. Yes, Paul, that is 100% true. Hi, on Mishy. I'm bringing the geese a snack. Trying to avoid the massive puddles. Not that my feet aren't wet already. Fun fact, my right foot is dry. My left foot is soaking wet. I must have stepped in a puddle earlier or something. It's been real wet. And Paul, I 100% agree with you. They're definitely a whole lot cuter than I am. Like I said, I don't show my face because I rarely show my face because, well, these lives are not about me. I'm not trying to get famous or nothing. I'm trying to just show y'all the geese. Num num nums. Hold on, let me mix it up. Look at him coming running over. No snacks? Pretty Bird always makes this noise when he's excited about food. Yes, Paul, how can I help you? If I can, I will. Well, it's a good question because I only went through it once. I only ever did it once. Honestly, I waited till they were juveniles, to be honest. Like, now I see benefits in doing it at different times because, like, for an example, I think the best way to do it personally is that you decide in advance how many goslings you plan to keep, right? Or whether or not you're allowing your goose and gander to raise any babies. Overall, generally, my plan is that I want to, before, like by the time they lay eggs, I want to have some fake goose eggs so that I can replace some of the eggs, some of the eggs that Layla lays. No, oh no, Paul, I 100% agree with you. I actually went through this last year in spring. Yes, Peach. You know, like with Peach, for an example. That's why Peach is still here. Because Peach was the one that Layla had hatched first. And it seemed to be the one she was the closest with. Like the one that she was the most attached to. If you look at like older videos of Layla being with her babies, you'll notice there's always one gosling that always seemed to stick by her, even when the rest went off with Pretty Bird. And that was Peach. And that's why Peach stayed. But, like, I've got geese pulling on my shirt behind me to get my attention. They learned that from Pretty Bird. Anyways, my plan is to try to decide in advance how many goslings I plan to keep and how many goslings I plan to, like, how many goslings do I want to keep that I raise? How many goslings do I want to let my gander and my goose raise that they get to keep? And how many goslings do I plan to not keep at all? And based on that, I plan to try to separate out the eggs right when she first lays them. So like as she's laying her eggs, when she first starts incubating, I plan on replacing the amount of eggs that I either plan to hand raise myself or that I plan to sell or give away. I plan to remove those eggs so that I can incubate those separately. So she's not bonding with them throughout the incubation process, because they do bond with them inside the egg. Once they start chirping inside the egg, they're bonding with them. And I do believe that they can tell whether or not their babies are alive inside the egg prior to that. So my plan is to remove them as early as possible and then incubate them myself so that the mother and the father never bond with the goslings inside the egg, and so that the goslings never bond with mom. So in the end, say for an example, be careful with your little beak. So those babies never imprint on mom. And then also try to really time the sales as good as you can, or the giveaways. So like talk to people, hey, this is the breeds I have. They're due to hatch within the next week, right? If you're interested, you're gonna have to be like on call. You're gonna have to be ready. And then keep in mind the goslings will imprint on you if you cuddle them. So you kind of want to just like let them cuddle with their siblings and only take the ones out and cuddle with the ones that you plan to keep and raise, so that only the ones that you plan to hand raise, that you plan to keep, will actually imprint on you. And then like I plan to every year let, at a minimum, I plan to let each of my pairs raise and keep one baby each year. Like that's kind of like in my mind, my ideal is to let each of them have at least one baby that they can raise up and keep. If I let them raise up and keep a baby, right, usually like Canada geese, for an example, will bond with their young and continue to care for them for the entire first year of their life. So when it comes to rehoming any that they will have raised, my plan is to not do that until they are until they are like close to 12 months old. If that's something that happens, like if I have to rehome any, say like I want to let my geese raise them, but at the same time I can't keep them all, right? And I kind of get stuck in that kind of conflicting corner like that. I think what would be best with something like, say, Canada geese would be to let them raise the babies until they are a year old. Because at 1 year old, the babies are much more likely to go take off on their own, and their parents are moving on to raise their next baby, right? Like their next clutch. And so that even though there is still a bond, that bond is not as like strong in a way. It's different. It's like they're adults now. So if the youngster were to take off because they start to date a gander or a goose from another gaggle, that wouldn't be unusual, right? Because like for an example, we've seen Charlie dating Pretty Bird for the last year and a half. We've seen Ducky and Dino date for the past like 6 months, right? So I feel like if we wait for at least a year, that's how long that kind of parenting is. Like we're like, even though they're still gonna care about their kid, right? It's more like an 18-year-old leaving the home than you ripping away like a 2 or 3 or 10-year-old. You know what I mean? That's like, as in that's like my backup plan to that. Like if I'm gonna let him keep more, hey Blue, come on baby, come on. Go babies, go ahead, go to town. You wish you could let them babies stay warm. That wouldn't take long to ever 100 years that way. Oh yeah, no, I know. It is difficult, and that's why we have to try and kind of balance it out, because as you know and as I know, the geese do bond with their young, and their bond, and the babies bond with their parents. So, hey, Dino, good job. You get him, Charlie. You tell Dino to knock off. Yeah, Dino, look at you being a big wuss. Little butthead. That'll teach her to mess with Canada geese. Let him eat, Dino. You've read posts about other owners selling goslings, then their remaining geese are more distant because of the expense. Yeah, actually, that's one of the things I'm concerned about with like, with my geese, for an example. Like, I don't want to mess up the bond that they create between themselves and their young, but I also don't want to mess up the bond that I have with my geese. I mean, imagine what kind of trust breaking that is. And geese have exceptional memory, and we know this. Like, I mean, you and I know this. I don't want to mess up the trust that I have with my geese. I'm going to go walk right here where I can stand not in the water. Come here, babies. Like, I don't want to mess up the, I don't want to mess up the relationship that I have with my geese either. Like, I want to be able to, I want my geese to trust me with their young. I don't want them to be like, I'm a threat, you know what I mean, to their babies. Right? I'm very curious to see how much more white he'll gain over the years. Good bird. Pretty bird. Hi, handsome. Oh, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Hi. Hi. Hey, why are you nibbling on me? What do you want? You want some num-nums? They do this because they know I'll do that. They'll nibble on me, knowing that I'll grab some food and hand it over to them. Look at that random blade of grass on her face. Num num num. Dino, don't stop it. Dino, you are being such a butt lately. Num 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 num. Num num. I swore I just heard a voice. Mm, 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 mm. I can tell you, if American buffs are generally like Layla, then like yes, 100%. And I have considered getting a male American buff in the future, like a purebred male from the same breeder where I got Layla, if I can find their number, because for whatever reason I'm having a really hard time finding their info again. I know I saved it somewhere. You know when you put something in a safe place and then forget where you put it? Charlie quick follows him. Also, um, like if you look at Dino's temperament, I feel like Dino inherited that American buff temperament. Like she's a sweetheart too. And I don't know, just Dino is like if you pick up Dino and just start cuddling her, she just cuddles with you. Like she doesn't fight you or anything. Like she just hangs out. She's just cool with it. And I think she gets it from her mom. Like, and Dino was hand raised, so she gets that personality from mom, but plus the hand raised thing. Whereas Layla, she was raised kind of hand raised, but not really. So like there was like a 14 or 13-year-old girl that had looked after her, but like she was still out like in a brooder and stuff like that. So not like the kind of hand raising that I do. Because when I say I hand raise my birds, you know that I mean they're literally sleeping next to my bed every night. Like they see me 24/7. Like unless I have to leave the house and can't take them with me, they are with me. You know what I mean? Like when I'm talking about hand raising like a Canada goose or hand raising a gosling, I'm referring to like I am literally like a mama goose. Like I am walking around with them all day. They're with me pretty much 24/7. They're either cuddle like I'm outside with them like 8 hours a day. Like I see it like a job for 2 months. Like I'm basically quote unquote working. You know what I mean? And like outside with them, letting them graze and all the other stuff. Like they are right next to me when I'm in bed. Like I mean, they are raised in a way where they see me almost 24/7. And yes, it can be tiring. Yes, it can be exhausting. Yes, it can get in the way of other things. But in my opinion, it's rewarding in the long run because I have a good relationship with my geese and they trust me, they know me, they recognize me. And that's how I prefer it, you know? Plus, come on, Dinah, let's join the other ones. Come on, go on. There you go. Dino is such a doofus, I swear. But, and they've been liking hanging out at that tree over there. Wait, let's see if I can show you. That tree right there. They've been nibbling on the bark and messing with that tree a whole lot. There's Blue. Anyway, I'm gonna head back to the house. I am freezing. All right, babies. Mama's gonna go home, okay? I'll be back in 2 hours to come get you. No 5 more minutes tonight. Last night, you're gonna laugh, Paul. Last night, in the freezing cold, in ice rain, it took me 2 hours to get these fluff butts off of that pond. 2 hours. They did not want to budge. And it's mostly the younger Canada geese. I have no problem getting Pretty Bird off. I got no problem getting Charlie and Blue and Squirt because they follow Pretty Bird, okay? But lately, Layla, Dino, and Peach have been super stubborn. So Layla, she doesn't follow Pretty Bird, but Pretty Bird follows Layla. And if I can't get Layla off, then my entire strategy falls apart. And it's like they figured it out, or Layla's just being extra stubborn lately, or she's like listening to the, look at this. We still got some nice green grass here in some areas. But, I mean, it's, most of it is like yellowish and stuff, but we have these patches, and this is why the geese come back here. Because even though a lot of it is yellow, you see some areas are really nice and lush green. And that's what the geese are going for most of the time. But anyway, Layla just, man, she's been stubborn lately. Does not want to get off that pond. She's also acting very, like, curious. Very curious about wanting to explore and wanting to, like, investigate a lot of stuff. And I keep finding her going into, like, these random, like, corners and areas. And I'm really wondering if she's trying to figure out a nesting spot. That's what I think she's doing. Because last year, if I remember right, she started laying eggs at like the end of February or the beginning of March. So if she's going to lay eggs around the same time as she did last year, then we're only like maybe a month away from her laying. And that's got me super excited. But also, it would explain why she's like kind of investigating everything. Like she keeps staying behind from the gaggle. She started that about a month and a half, 2 months ago, where she stays behind. But she's getting more and more curious about corners and like little areas. She'll walk up to like kennels and stuff and look inside it. She'll go inside the chicken coop and like walk around. She'll randomly, up, bunny. She'll randomly move some hay or straw. Y'all see that bunny running in there? Did you see it? I'm trying to catch it on camera. Hi, bunny, bunny. That'll make it come over. Where'd you go, bunny? There you are. Is that a juvenile? That looks pretty small. Right there. You guys see that little bunny? Bunny, bunny. Little cutie pie. Just hanging out there. Probably coming and stealing some of the goose food and the duck food and the chicken food. The bunny's like, there's some good stuff over here. That corn, man, that's some good stuff. Look at you. You're so cute with your little white butt. Sorry, I just enjoy nature like nothing else. It's like my hierarchy is like my children, my husband, animals. And I'm sorry the camera's a little bit shaky. That's me having like micro shakes because my hand is freezing. Like sharp pain freezing. Look, there it is. There's a bunny. There's a little bunny. It's a boonie. It's the boonie. Sorry. My hands are freezing. Anyways, but yeah. But Paul, don't like don't think that you're the only one. I'd assume Brett's probably right there with us with that stuff too, about like trying to figure out when the right time is to rehome the babies. Because he doesn't keep them all either, because he's got to keep his gaggle at a certain size, and he's not a breeder, you know what I mean? So he's got to one of the things he does do is he does egg control, so he does hatching control, from what I understand. So what he does is he switches out the eggs with duds. Like he switches out the eggs with like say if he wants to let his geese raise some babies, since he's not a breeder, like not a permanent breeder, as in, from my understanding, he doesn't have a permit to breed. So from my understanding, what he does is when he wants them to get a chance to raise some babies, one of the things he'll do is he'll give his he'll switch out his Canada goose eggs with some domestic eggs from like a local domestic goose breeder or something, right? And then once they hatch them out and raise them up, eventually, once they're adults, he'll like sell them or something. You know what I mean? Like, or trade them. I think, but mainly, from my understanding, what he does is that he just removes the eggs and basically controls whether or not those eggs ever hatch. So he will take the eggs and then not allow them to hatch, which kind of sucks in a way, but the fact is that there is no life in eggs unless you start incubating them. I'm supposed to get a package. It's still not here. Anyways, but yeah, so when you remove the eggs, you are, and if you replace them with some duds, you're not going to cause them to keep laying a whole bunch of eggs, right? And since you're going to have domestics in the beginning, yeah, I'm coming, babe. You're not going to have that issue of having to have a permit, Anyway, though, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to get myself inside. It is cold. I am freezing. Thank you, babe. I'll be right inside. All right. Hi, Buckbucks. At least the little frizzles are being smart and not going out in the rain. I left the porch available to the chickens today. Usually I have this like fence door thing that I made that I use to like close off the porch. But Obi, wait. Usually I cut them off from the porch, but today I'm keeping the porch open to everyone so that the chickens can come onto the porch so they can take advantage of that ceiling here and get out of the rain, because for the next week it's going to be raining, so the chickens are going to be spending a whole lot of time on the porch most likely. I'm going to let them have the rest of this. I need those little jackets from you ladies, because Mama needs to dry those before you go to bed tonight. Anyway, so I'm going to get off here. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. Or afternoon, whatever it is for y'all. For me, it's afternoon. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good evening. Have a good afternoon. And I will either see you guys later or tomorrow or another day. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for stopping in. I always appreciate it. And yeah, Oh, yes, Paul, 100%. For your last thing, what you said, yeah, I'm surprised egg mailing isn't bigger. I wonder if the hatch rate is poor that way. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I have literally purchased Canada Goose eggs through the mail because I don't like having them shipped. And like, that was before I got my 5 Canada Goslings shipped to me in the mail. And like, I got like 12 or, no wait, I got like 8 Canada Goose eggs in the mail. Not cheap. Not one of them hatched. There was like 4 of them were broken, and the other ones like were so shook up on the inside. And I don't know if you remember, I was like posting about how to try and get them to settle, if there was any way of saving them, because there was so many air bubbles in there because they'd been so shook through the mail that they were just no longer viable. And it's super common to have a significantly lower hatch rate if you get the eggs in the mail. There are some people that, like myself, that have some ideas on how you might be able to prevent that from happening, but I don't know whether or not that idea would be allowed to be done. I've talked to Brett about it, and I can tell you about it in the message if you want, if you're curious. But he thinks that way we could probably prevent the eggs from getting shook up using that strategy. But again, we'd have to check and see if that's even allowed to be done. But yeah, it's 100% the hatch rate is less, and you actually have a higher chance of getting deformities or disabilities because the integrity of the egg has been compromised. So yeah, shipping eggs is it's a very frustrating thing. Yeah, so yeah, my heart was broken because I was so looking forward to hatching some Canada goslings. Oh God, the day that I get a Canada goose egg, I don't care if it's a hybrid or a purebred, I am going to be ecstatic. I'm going to be sitting there and crying about it when I have a little Canada gosling hatching in my hands. Lord, I haven't had that since Pretty Bird. I've not hatched one of my Canadas, and it's my favorite thing because the way they look at you when they first hatch, Paul, I tell you, you're going to get addicted to it. The way a gosling, especially Canada goslings, but the way a gosling looks at you when they first hatch, it's like they're reading your soul. Like, it is just a kind of out of this world experience. And I know you've got a kid. I don't know if you have more than one child, but I know you've got a kid. It is the closest thing to describe it would be that. Like, I'm not saying it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. Like, it is different because it's an animal versus a human, obviously. But I'm saying that moment that, like, you look into your own baby's eyes and you kind of feel like almost like a strange, like, out of this world moment of connection. It's weird. It's almost like with geese, to me, it's something that's similar. Not as big, not as extreme, not as powerful, but similar. And, like, I think that's why I'm so crazy about hatching goose eggs. Yeah, but you just gotta wait till you hatch one. Just wait. Just wait. You just wait. We'll talk again, like in a spring or two. We'll talk again, and you'll see. You'll see what I mean. When they just break out and you catch them breaking out of the egg, and those little eyes, like, look up at you, and they kind of squeeze, like, their eyes a little bit, like, kind of halfway close them, because they're trying to be able to see you properly. And they're just looking at you, and their little head turns sideways, and they look you straight in the eye. And it's like they're reading you because they're trying to imprint on you, right? And they're so engaged in trying to figure you out and trying so hard to connect. And you can tell that they're doing that. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's just, it's a special thing. And in my experience, it was very different with Pretty Bird than it was with the domestic geese. And that's just me personally, my experience. But I don't know. Maybe it is the same, and Pretty Bird was just special to me because he was my first one. I don't know. So we'll have to see about that. Exactly. Like that, but better. The flyaway home scene, yes. But, like, it's like that. That's like they caught it where, like, they look at you like that. But when they actually do it in person, I don't know how to say. I don't know if you would call it a vibe or what it is, but there's something about it that catches you where you're almost like, I don't know. I mean, it's like they're trying, it's almost like they have a way of taking a hold of your soul and being like, you're going to protect me and you're going to be my mama now. You know what I mean? Like, and it don't matter if you're a dude or a chick. You gonna be mama now. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, it's, hi, Squirt. Come on, Squirt. Come on, Squirt. You can come on the porch if you want. She's like, yeah, but we're usually not allowed to. I don't understand. Squirt, you coming? Come on. Paul loves seeing you. Paul just loves that little face of yours. Say hi. Say hi, Squirt. Hi, Squirt. Squirt. What do you want? What do you want, baby? Hey, Squirt. Popcorn. Goofy, what do you want? Okay. My daughter's rooster right here in front of me. He just came jumping up. He's like, I want attention. Look at you being so cute. What, did one of the hens get you? Did one of the hens get you? My daughter is so good at raising these birds. Look at this. He's a rooster. He's at his worst right now. He's a juvenile rooster, and he's still a very well-behaved rooster. Look at me, see? I say I'm going to get off here, and then I don't. Because I always get distracted with some animal. I'm like, look, guys, look how cute. Look at that goofy face. Can you tell Honey is his dad? Look at that side swipe. Look at that side swipe that you got going on here. Just like your dad, Honey, huh? This is Nugget's son. Nugget's spending today inside, though. She's an old hen. We want to make sure that she's got it easier because we don't want anything happening to her. All right, Squirt, you want to say bye-bye? Squirt, hey, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Squirt. Hi, Squirt. Hi, Squirt. What you doing, girl? Squirt. Squirt. Nope, she's just going to ignore me and walk away now. Oh, no. He's a sweetheart. Very well-behaved rooster. Let's hope it stays that way. Anyway, right. I'm going to go now, though. I'm cold. Alrighty. Y'all have a good day. And, yeah. I will see you guys later. And thank you so much for hanging out. And I'll talk to you soon, Paul. It really does. It really does, Paul. All right. You have a good evening.